Hello, 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 welcome back. My name's Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see from this little pile that I've got here, today I am working on the Marguerite Miller challenge. So let's open it up and see where we are at. So that was the page that we did last week, and I believe I called it the golden slipper. Just trying to separate my bits and pieces from the actual planner. Right, so this is week 5. We need something maroon. Well, those of you that have been with me a while will recognise this fabric, and that's a reddy maroon colour. So I've got that. I have also got this photograph back, and that's also quite maroony. But this also doubles as something else. I've got repeating pattern found in nature. Well, I've got these leaves, and obviously the skeletons on there are repeating. A utensil that you would cook or eat with. Well, I've got this giant fork. Something you would hang on the wall. Well, I thought maybe this was an advertising item, so that may well hang on the wall. And a doodle. Well, obviously I'm going to need to draw the doodle once we are down the line. I should have thought to dig out a pen to do that doodle, shouldn't I? That would have helped. Oh, well, here's a black pen there. Okay, so when I saw all of this, and I've done this in prep for my doodle, okay, and this is my background page, because when I saw the list of items, I straight away thought of a street scene. So for my street scene, I'm going to be using this print of a brick wall. So because it's a print, I'm going to pull off my white lines. And because the image had to be printed as a landscape, the page is obviously not tall enough for my book. So fortunately, because it's wider than my book, I'm hoping to double it up and make my own extra bit of brick wall, if that makes sense. So we're going to go like that, and then we are going to chop it off. Actually, where is half? Half's going to be too small. Oh well. We're going to chop it off about there. Like so. And then I'm hoping, you see, that I can... I can't quite marry it up because, of course, it's not wide enough, is it? Which is a bit of a bomb. We might have to do it twice. So let's do it again there. So let's have a look. If that's going to glue down there like so, and then this is going to marry up something like that, and then we're gonna join this up. Let's see, a bit like that. Or actually, do we need to come down to that line there? There you go. And we can marry it up there like so. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this glued down. Now I have run out of Pritt sticks, so I'm back to using my clow. So, and this is a big full up bottle, so I don't want glue going everywhere, so I'm going to use it quite sparingly, and then use my spreader. Okay, so I trust everybody is happy and well. It's all going good in your world. going to put him down there, like so. Okay. I'm also conscious that the wall is getting paler as it comes down, so that's something we're going to need to be a little bit mindful of. Just line up those mortar lines, find the edge of the page, and then I'm just going to tear that off on that fold mortar line. Those of you that live in the UK, the thought that came to mind that I'm working towards here is something like Camden. If you live in the UK, you'll no doubt know that, you know, Camden Lock is a very artisan type area. Lots of artists hang out around there, displaying their works and things. I'm sure there's similar areas in lots of other places. Whoops, but that was the place that came to mind when I saw this brief. So that is what I'm doing. I'm doing my representation of Camden Lock. Yeah. Now, we only need a little piece of this, don't we? That needs to come over. We need it up that way, and then it's going to be, look, just about perfect. So, I'll come down there like that. It's like wallpapering, isn't it? You've always got that odd bit that you have to mess around with, generally around a chimney breast or something like that. Okay, so I'll put this little bit in. Like so. Oh, now, which way did it go? Yeah, that way. There we go. Like that. So now I've got my lovely background page. So I can get rid of those bricks. We're finished with them. And I need to think about the rest of my pieces. Now, for my leaf, or my, sorry, recurring nature pattern, as I said to you, oh look, that's moved now. Come back. Come back, Jack. Jack, come back. Right, there you go. Now don't move, you naughty piece of paper. I thought if I did my reoccurring pattern with this stamp, it would be like there was some plant life coming out from the wall, which is something that does happen to a lot of London buildings. You can often see plant life coming out of roofs and walls and things. So I've got my black ink, I've got my leaf stamp, and I'm gonna do multiple of these leaf stamps, and I'm gonna do them over that join area because that will help you know, take the eye away from that join as well. So this is my plant life coming out of the building. Like so. I wonder if we can get another one. Don't really want to stop at 3. I think at the moment that looks like an odd plant. I just want to get some more going. I think one last one on this side, and then I might be happy. There you go. So that's our plant life coming out the building, and that is our recurring pattern of nature. Now, for the crockery or utensil, I've already cut out my fork because I knew that was going to be a lot of fussy cutting that we wouldn't necessarily want to be doing. And I think I'm going to want it quite low, and I'll tell you why, because I had an idea, bearing in mind we're in this artisan land, and my thing for the wall, which is this photograph back, this actually comes from Tracy Fox kit, Family Ties I believe it's called, and I thought it would be quite novel and creative if this advertising was not just stuck to the wall like a billboard. I mean, you could, you know, lots of people do things like that, don't they, on building walls. But I thought, how novel would it be if we actually fed it through our fork? So if we go under, over, under, like that, and we can have it a bit like that. Maybe put it down a little bit more so it's obvious that that is a fork holding that. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to run a little bit of ink around this advertising piece because it's going to be pretty grimy if it's up on a wall in London, the amount of traffic that goes up and down there all the time. So it's definitely going to be grimy. Okay, now the tricky bit here is going to be, I think I'm going to move this. No, I'm not. I'm going to bring in the pad that I can glue on because this is going to be a little bit tricky, isn't it? So we're going over, like weaving over, under, and we want it about there, like that. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to lift this tine up and run a line of glue there. Lift this tine up and run a line of glue there. And then if I glue my picture, we can worry about gluing the rest of the fork once we've got this in place. So I think it goes about there. So I'm gonna, whoops, no. Oh no, that was annoying, wasn't it? I had glue on my finger and I've torn my fork. So that's just really annoying, but we can get over that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the rest of the fork. I'm not sure how much of the actual handle we're going to be using. A bit more. Right. Now stop moving. That's okay. There we go. So now we need to do these tines. So there's that one. And then this one. It's a little bit fiddly, but I think it's worth it. There you go. So our fork is holding up our advertising poster. And then what I think we'll do, actually, do you know what? I'm going to pick that up again for a minute. I'm going to get a little tiny bit of this fabric and I'm going to put this dangling from that tine. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We come down there like so, and that can dangle from that. It's almost like somebody's thrown a football scarf or something up and it's just got caught on that piece of the signage. And then if we bring our page up, we can get rid of this extra bit of folk that we now know we definitely don't need. There we go. So we've got our scarf hanging there. We've got our plant life there. So now we need to do a doodle. So I was wondering about whether I want to add this pink on and doodle on it. But you know what I'm now thinking? I'm thinking that might distract from what we've done. So I think it would be better almost just using the pen straight on the page like graffiti. So I'm going to swap my original slimline pen for a black felt tip if I can find one. Oh, there's a purple one. Oh goodness me, there's got to be a black one here surely. There's a black one. So let's do some graffiti. So let's do hello, and let's maybe do a doodle where perhaps someone's tried to add a image of a group of flowers growing where the actual greenery is coming out of the wall. So there you go. What else could we put? I feel like I need another word. Oh, what if we went that looks a bit graffiti-y, doesn't it? Art. So there. I hope I've managed to stay in shot today. I hope you can see that. So let's just double check and stick on our little square that tells us what we did. So I'm going to tear this out and then we'll have a little read and make sure that what we did was correct. So we have got something maroon, a repeating pattern from nature, a food utensil, there's our fork, something that will be hung on a wall, poster, and we've got some doodles, and also like we've got this added interactive effect. I like that. I'm going to pull that extra string out. So there you go. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a little bit of fun, inspiration as you've watched me create with a story. You know what I'm like. And of course I didn't do an actual life story today because I was busy explaining my crazy logic of how the collage idea was born. Where is my spreader? I need my spreader, can't find it, don't know what I've done with it. Should we just maybe use the ink? See, it did need spreading, didn't it? There we go. So there is week number 5. Stay safe, happy crafting. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.